back to Wendy's Colouring, and today is April. Finished pages. So I've got quite a pile for me. Quite a pile. I'm quite proud of me. Big pile of stuff. So I've got a pile of whips, which I'm going to do those first, I think, because I'll whiz through those quickly, and then we can have a look through some of these. Some of these have been on the channel already. Because they're on various different videos, but yes, we'll have a look. I'm just gonna, if I can, if it wants to slide without knocking the lamp over, that would be good. Yeah, so whips, yeah. Tomislav Tomek. This is a buddy colour that I've started to finish by the end of May, so I thought I missed my last deadline in this book, so I better get on with it and do some. So I have made a start, and we've swapped to this page because I was very bad and didn't continue with the other page. And as you can see, I have been working in the background with some watercolours. I think I just used my own. I don't think I've written it down even. But yeah, I think I did just use some of my own watercolours. I have a vague idea I've used some of the Art Spirits ones as well, which I think is what that glittery surface is, because that is not one of mine. So yeah, I think I did a base with some of mine, and then I used the Art Spirits watercolours over the top. I did do a base of, I think I did Inktense underneath it, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think that's what I did. I think I've done Inktense and then Art Spirits over the top, because these bits obviously haven't got any of the Art Spirits stuff on yet, because I'm thinking I'm going to go a bit darker because it's all inside all of this that's going on. So yeah, I've got a start on it. There's a big chunk there I've missed, I've just noticed as well. Look, you can see. So clearly I need to go back in there. But yeah, so far I'm liking it, but I feel it's still got a little bit of way to go. I think I want it a little bit darker down in this area. I'm quite happy with how light it is up here, but I still think I want a little bit more colour in it. So yeah, I've got 2 layers of wet. I've got, like I say, Intense and then some watercolour over the top, but I think I'm probably going to add a little bit more. It is a little bit bendy, as you can see, but I think it's really good thick paper in this book, so I'm hoping it'll flatten back off. It has, unfortunately, a lot of this book is single-sided, but this one, as you can see, does have this kind of stalk thing carrying a building, but I don't care. I wanted to do it like this, so that's how I'm doing it. But yeah, I do find these pages a little bit intimidating. It's a bit detail heavy. Yeah. It's all of this bit, isn't it? The background's fine. Doing the mermaid, as you can see, I've started doing a bit on the mermaid. I've got little piles of pencils all over my window ledge here that's literally next to me. So she is being done in my selection of luminance. So I've got 220, 15 and 470 is just all that is. I'm thinking I'm going to do a different colour for these little other bits. I'm not sure, I might go turquoise or blue, I don't know. And then I might change completely because her tail, fins and this little bit looks a bit different. So, but that's where I am at the moment, and that's what pencils I'm using. The luminance is lovely on this paper, really, really comfortable to use. So I'll probably carry on with luminance, although chances are a bit of Holbein's will come in when it comes to doing some of this, where I might want some pinks. If I want pinks, Holbein's always my go-to, because I do like their selection of pinks. But yeah, I still think I'm going to use a little bit more wet medium yet, even though it is already a bit wrinkly. But yeah, that's my first whip. I wasn't going to waffle on too much about these, but here I am waffling on, sorry. This is also a whip. I've not worked in this. I've had this a year, maybe, this book, maybe a year and 6 months, something like that. Joanna Basford, Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I don't work a huge amount in Joanna Basford, but yeah, the last couple of months I've kind of felt like it, so I have started on this page. Not a huge amount done yet. Backgrounds is a couple of layers of gelatos, and then I've just used my little electric sharpener, oh dear, eraser to bring back the white in the flower heads so that I'm not battling with the green and blue that I've got in the background from the gelatos. Fortunately, it just rubs off really easily, so that makes life easy. I have taken it out of some of the bigger leaves, although as you can see I've not bothered in the tendrils. They're going to be green probably anyway, aren't they? Maybe yellow, some of them might have some yellow in, but we'll see. I'll see how we go. If I feel like there's a couple of sections where if I want to use yellow, maybe they're a bit dark with the gelato, but I'll just see how it works over. I've started using, and that's why this is in here, so I knew where it was, the Woomers that I got last month. I'm really enjoying them in here, but I did want a few more pastel-y colours, so I've also been using my Brutfuna macarons with them, and I'm kind of thinking I might get a pencil case for these and for Brutfuna macarons together, because it does have some pinks in, but it wasn't quite the shade that I wanted of the light one. But I have been using, in fact, again, I have a pile here on the window ledge so you can see. So I've got Pink Madder out of the Woomer, light magenta, violet pink and rose red, and then I've just pulled out what is my favourite Holbein, but this is the Brutfuna version, Cherry Blossom, although on Brutfuna it says Cherry Possum. It's a P, not a B. And a Holbein White, not Holbein White, Derwent Drawing White, and as you can see, a Prismacolor blender. So that's what I've been using so far, and yeah, I quite like them on this paper. Still bits of rubbing out from when I was getting rid of the surface, but yeah, so far I'm quite enjoying them on this paper. They feel really nice on here, they blend in really nicely together. I was just, yeah, missing that. I just wanted Cherry Blossom, it just works so nicely with that range of pinks. So I'm doing that as well. Quite enjoying that page as well. And Gelato's background is really easy. I'm just literally, I've got a set of these, I think they were Timu brushes. I'm just literally put them on my Caran d'Ache palette, brush them on, overlay them. I did do a little bit of yellow near my bee because I thought it was quite cute, and I kind of wanted to highlight him anyway. But yeah, that hopefully again will be finished next month. This I'm in the process of recording, so I'm going to do this as a full colour on for this page. So The Land Under the Microscope by Rita Berman. I think this is such a lovely book. I've had it for a while and I just didn't get it, and then all of a sudden it just makes perfect sense to me. But yeah, as you can see, I've started on this page. This is purely just Inktense and then wetted to get this effect. I think I did use about 2 or 3 different greens to get to this point. Paper's behaving reasonably well. Look, I've got it wet from that. This side seems to be a little bit more warped than the other, but yeah, again, I think it'll flatten quite nicely. I just need to decide what pencils I'm doing with these. I was kind of thinking I'd do Prismas just because I know a lot of people have them, but there's quite a lot of little detail, fiddly little bits, so I'm kind of like, I'm thinking I might do my Chroma Flows, possibly with something else just to add to them, but I'm thinking at the moment I might do Chroma Flows just because it's got a few little narrow, little thin bits, and they keep a line a little bit more than my Prismas do. You know, they're soft, aren't they? So sometimes when you're doing little fine little things, you're losing a lot of pencil a lot of the time, and yeah, they're a bit pricey to do that. So I'm thinking I'm going to finish that off with Chroma Flows and finish that video in May. That's my plan anyway, if I find the time. Busy time in school at the moment, but I'm hoping I can try and do that little bit. Let me get rid of this pile. Okay, we'll do some of the ones that have been on the channel already so that we can whiz through those fairly quickly. So this is a full colour along on this page for April, Cozy Cuties by Coco Wayo. This is the penguin printed version, so has the thicker paper. I love the thicker paper personally. Some people love, some people hate, don't they? But Yeah, I do love it. I think it's really good. I enjoy working on it. Feels much better. Yes, you're probably going to use a little bit more ink, but that doesn't personally bother me. I'd rather have the better paper. Okay, so as you will have seen if you've watched it, most of this, in fact I'll show you how much, all of that is in a hoo-hoos, and I've just used my greys, my Copic greys, because I don't happen to have a huge amount of a hoo-hoo greys that are close to each other. So I think the clouds, a little bit of the bucket and a bit of the scrolls were in the greys. All the rest is based in a hoo-hoo. Then I've used Prismacolor over the top, and my Langau white, this one, the slightly thicker one. Is it 1mm? I think it's 1mm. Anyway, I'm sure you know, don't you? They've been about all over the place. My Granat pens, the acrylic ones, brush pens, just to do a little bit of the outline work on the bunting and various different bits on the dog. I'm not sure which he is now I'm saying it. I think he's a dog, isn't he? Chick. Anyway, all the outline stuff. And I think I did use just a little bit of a hoo-hoo glitter pens in the bunting, just on some of the decoration and on the actual cords. That kind of looks black in one light, but when you see it from another direction, it's got a nice little bit of sparkle just up there in the bunting. And yeah, it was quite fun. I did enjoy it. Quick easy page. Like I say, there's full colour on for this if you want to watch it. It's available on the channel now. Then I also did a little page in Sleeping Animals by R.J. Hampson. That is literally, I don't know what I've written on. Maybe that was for the page for before. I don't know. But this was literally in my Artex 90 pen set acrylic markers, so there's nothing else. I think I just had a wet brush and a little bit of water just to, again, help me just blend some of the edges of the colour just how I wanted it. But that's literally all I had. All my Artex pens from that set and a little bit of wet brush work here and there. And yeah, it's quite quick actually, quite enjoyable. I didn't do a background. I kind of thought, I think it's okay as it is on its own. Again, my Artex video last month, I'll show you the whole thing of me doing this entire thing. So creating all this kind of furry effect on the little fatty bee down here. And I just did exactly the same on the small. And then, yeah, you see me do a little bit of the honeycomb, honey dripping. And I just use the metallic pens that are in that 90 set for the edge of the honeycomb and for a little bit of an over glaze on his wings. So I think I coloured them in grey, and then I just used a little bit of the silver again with a bit of a wet brush over the top just to give his wings a little bit of shine. But yeah, I did enjoy it. And considering this was all wet media, and this is just obviously a Colour in Heaven page, it's not warped too badly. There's a little bit, but I think when it's been in the bookshelf and it's actually squashed, I think it'll flatten down fine. And they're one-sided, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Quite enjoyed doing that one. Sleeping Animals by R.J. Hampson in Colour in Heaven pocket. I do like those little pocket-sized ones. They are handy. Again, another one that's already on the channel. Again, you can watch me do this if you want to. Joanna Basford's Small Victories. This is my first page in this book, so I am quite pleased about that because I've never got to this one. This one is all in Woomer, and I have just used, again, a little bit of gold gel pen. And I think I did a gel crayon background before I started, just so that it was done and ready and I didn't have to worry about the background. I could just concentrate on the prettiness that's inside the wings. And again, I do enjoy it. I am really liking these pencils on Joanna Basford's paper, hence why I've just started on that width that I just showed earlier, because it just seems to go nicely on this paper. So yeah, I enjoyed that one as well. First page, Small Victories by Joanna Basford, on the channel in my Woomer video if you want to see me do that one as well. Okay. Then, things that are not already on the channel. These are obviously a smidgen, little bit bigger books, so I'll move it up. I hadn't somehow, I do not know why or how, but I still hadn't coloured in this fairy tales book, this beautiful fairy tales book by Maria Troll, and it's such a lovely book. But I thought, no, even though this wasn't in my colouring plans, I've kind of kept it in my pile where my colouring plans live on my shelf, because I knew it needed colouring in, and it was too nice to just keep it blank. So I have this month done this page, and I don't know if I made the right decisions really with this page. I do quite like it now. Now it's finished, but the paper in this book is super smooth, really, really, like, you can hardly, I can feel something stuck to it, but I can't feel anything texture wise. And I did do this in the Artex 126 set, the big green box set, and I did enjoy them on it, but I think they prefer something with a bit more tooth on the page, because they were a little bit difficult to get some of the pigment out when you wanted it dark, like the tree trunks. It took a little bit more work than I remembered those pencils using. Like I say, I do like it now. It just took me a little bit longer than I anticipated with it. I don't think I'd choose those pencils on this paper again. I don't think it was a winning combination, although I do like it now it's done. But yeah, the Artex pencils, and I think I did just use a bit of Languor gel pens to do a little bit of line work, so the edges of the tree trunk, the edges of her cloak and bits and pieces like that. And what else did I write? Oh yeah, the Languor pens that are a bit thicker, this kind of thickness, but the glitter ones, I have some that are a bit like the pencil hybrids. I did use those a little bit. It's just again, I don't know how well there you go. It'll pick up just a little bit in the pattern in a skirt, just to give it a little bit of something. Didn't really need much on it, did it? But I thought I just want to do that. The only thing I did do with this, I'm not sure if these were supposed to be rocks or snow, or rocks with snow on. I've done them like the rocks with a bit of moss on, going through the forest, because I didn't want to do snow. It's a bit too warm here in the UK at the moment to be thinking about seeing snow going down. So I don't know if it was supposed to be snow that was on the top, but I've made it greenery, so yeah, it's what I wanted to do. I'm feeling a bit dark, aren't we? Let me put another light on. That might be a bit better. Yay. I can't see, but I think you can see a bit better like that. But yeah, there we go. That's better. Hurrah! I kept thinking this lighting feels different. But I've realised one of the lights has gone off. It has a mind of its own, the big light that I use. Clearly decided I didn't need it anymore. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. And obviously, first page in here. I just don't think I'll use those pencils on this super smooth paper again. But I did enjoy doing the page. I'm going to leave my little page markers in so that I actually photograph my pages. But yeah, my first one in Fairy Tales by Maria Troll. Beautiful book. I think the English version's out soon, isn't it? But I quite like having that version. That doesn't bother me. Then this was purely a bit of relaxation. Went back to school last week. I've kind of lost track of weeks now. Yeah, last week. Straight back to school last week. Straight into a parents' evening. That was a very busy parents' evening. And I thought, oh, I'm too to actually go to sleep now, even though I could do with going to sleep. I need to calm myself down and do something just for a chill. So I did get out one of my Cully Mandala mystery black and white books. This is supposed to be a call by numbers book, but I never do that. I always just do what I want with it, because I like breaking the rules. So I did do this little painted version. So it is a mixture of my paints. There's quite a lot of the watercolours that I've made myself, metallic watercolours from mica. There's a video for it, way back in the beginning of my channel, right near the beginning, if you want to see how I make my watercolours. There's also some watercolours by the Art Spirits. I think it's the silver one, which the light's shining at me, so I can't quite tell which is silver. I think it's that one there, just to be awkward. I did put a background of purple Artex pen down first on this background, but then I decided I wanted it more shiny, so then I did put a layer of Arteza iridescent acrylic paint over the top. I think I was a bit tired because, as you can see, my brush marks are not the best in my background, so I think not the best marks, but it was just pure relaxation. I just find it quite relaxing working in these books like this. I don't particularly like doing it with a pen, but yeah, just painting the little sections bit by bit with something that's sparkly. I do really enjoy doing that. I don't know why. Just, yeah, if it glitters, I do enjoy it a little bit. And I've done a few in this book just like that. It's impossible to flip this book though because it's so big. It just hits my monitor in front. But that is generally what I use this book for. I think I've done 2 or 3 in here. I won't be able to find them because it's impossible to flip. You either get one or all. You don't get the in-betweens here. I've done another one that I've painted. I've started one that I don't even know what I've done it in, so now I can't carry it on. Well, I can, but, you know, I don't like carrying it on when I don't know what I've done. I think there's another one. Oh, yeah, there's another. But that wasn't the one I did this time. But, yeah, it's my kind of one of my relaxing books to just chill out and not worry too much about it and just have a bit of fun with some paint, because that's what life's for. Yeah, this one, again, is a new one to me. I hadn't started in it. It's one of my 25 in 25 books, so it was nice to be able to start in this. And I did do the little Eastery page. I did seem to struggle a little bit with the daffodils. I should have got some pictures out then I had a better idea. I was like, no, I know what a daffodil looks like, I'll just do it. And then when I started doing it, I'm like, I don't think I like them. And I have ended up painting into them a little bit more than I would have liked, if I'm honest. This is in Luminance pencils. I'm thinking I wet the background. I think I did the background in Neo 2s actually, although I haven't written it on my little note. I'm fairly sure I did it in Caran d'Ache Neo 2s and then wet them because it is a little bit warped, so it's definitely had a little bit of water on it. Just to speed up the background. Quite often in my Hannah Carsons I do hand colour them with colour pencil, but I just didn't feel like doing it this month, so I did use Neos in the background. Then, like I say, all the other pencil work was Luminance. I've used quite a bit of my Guangna brush pen, acrylic brush pens on edges, in some of the fur, in some of the details of the daffodils, a lot around the edges for black line work, and a little bit of my Languor gel pens as well. I think they were mainly around some of this kind of jewellery bits and pieces where you just want something a little bit finer, just to give you a little bit more control. And I have a feeling I did these little edges with the Languor as well, again just because it was a little bit easier to control than the brush in some of these little tiny spaces. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I do love it, the Hannah Carlson page. It's just fun. Don't have to worry too much about it generally. I don't think I've used anything sparkly. It is literally just colour pencil and a bit of paint. But yeah, my first one in this one. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with the little chicks. I always worry about fur and feathers and things like that. I'd rather do a portrait, so I worry less about skin than I do about fur and things like that. So we'll see. I have enjoyed it. It is a beautiful book, this, so I would like to do a few more in this one by Hannah Carlson. Then this one, I'd only done one in this book, so Witches, Wizards, Magical Spirits colouring book by Fabiana Attanasio. I think you can only get it, well, I don't think you can get this version of it anymore from the work. I think they've put the 2 books together that she drew for them. So there is a version where you can get this one and the other one, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but you can only get it from the works anyway, this book. However, it is see the damage that I've done to this book. It isn't the best of papers, and it is a bit frustrating to work on at times. So I have done this page, but spot the obvious issue. I'll be honest, I had this problem when I did this page last time, and I don't know how well you can see, but getting into the spine of this book, as you can see, there is more of the drawing inside the spine that you can't get to, and this time I thought, you know what, that really annoys me that that's like that. So I thought, nope, I'm not having it this time, and I deliberately cut the book open, and I'm thinking I'm going to do that now on every page that I do in this book, and then I'll just bind it at the end when if I ever finish it, because yeah, I just couldn't deal with them being unable, like particularly around here, around the edges of the little sections of the flowers. It was really difficult to see what was going on, and here, and obviously I wanted the background to carry on without stripe down the middle, so I thought, no, I'm just going to cut it apart. I'll live with it. Cut apart and just use it loose leaf, and like I say, bind it when I'm done. So again, I've used my Neo 2s for all of this background behind the flowers, the leaves and the little sprites. This paper didn't love getting soaked this much. I think last time I did use acrylic. Yeah, I did a base of acrylic and then just used a little bit of watercolour over the top. So it kind of protected the paper a little bit. So this bit of my book hasn't warped at all, but I don't know. I just thought I want to do it, so I did it. But it has, yeah, as you can probably hear and see, it has, the paper is not so happy, but tough. Colours is mainly Holbein colour pencils. I've used, again, Miguel markers quite a bit on this page. There's some Ohuhu glitter markers. I think it's some of the line work on the wings. Anywhere else? No, mainly just the line work in their wings, I think. Lango gel pens, Pentel dual hybrids, and then over the top of all of that, you can just about see I have some Renaissance watercolour paints. Renee's paints are on Etsy under Renaissance. I do love her watercolour paints. They are quite intense colours, which I do really enjoy. But this is one of the softer ones that's more like a glaze, really. So you get a sheen, but as you can see from different angles, it looks like there's nothing on it at all until the light hits it, which I do quite like. But I did enjoy this page, just didn't enjoy the battle with the spine. Or lack of spine now because I've cut it. But yeah, there's still quite a lot of pages in here I would like to do, because I do like, not the bogeyman, he's not getting done. This is what I mean. I know I'm not going to do all of this book because I don't like all of this book. This page, probably not for me. But quite a lot of it I do like. So yeah, we'll see. I think it'll need a binding. It's, like I say, it's not the best quality of books. Witches, Wizards, Magical Spirits by Fabiana Attanasio. Then I've also done a page in this month. So Mythamorphia. This was new to me about 6 months ago, I think. Whenever I did that dragon page, which I think was about 6 months ago. The original dragon is out of this book, but I've done it in, I think I've got Mythamorphia, so I've done it in that page. But I did want to do this page for a long time, and I still kind of want to do it again. It's just one of those pages, it was fun to do. I kind of ummed and ahed about doing a few more coats on this background, and even when I look at it now, I kind of think, I probably should have done another coat. It's Inktense in the background, and I'm not sure it didn't need another coat, but I didn't want it like super dark. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I think. It's okay. Maybe it needed another coat. I don't know. I'm just torturing myself about it, as you can see. But yeah, background is definitely Inktense. The horses, I think I used Prismacolors for. I can't remember about the wings. Oh, looking at it, yeah, I think I must have used Prismacolor. I have a feeling I used something else on the manes though, because I thought Prismas aren't going to be much fun on these little main spaces. But if I haven't written it down. Not sure what I used on the main. Colour wise, maybe I did stick with Prisma. I don't know. Don't know. Bang up pens, I used loads of it because there's obviously a lot of black line works in these in the clouds. So I like getting rid of it in clouds particular. I've also been using, I did order one of these just in the white because it is a great white. I don't love the other colours so much, but the white, it is really good as well. Not as cheap as these, obviously, but yeah, I do like it. It just works. It's that simple. Again, Art Spirits paints on this. The silver paint that you can see in the stars is one of Art Spirits, one of Rebecca's paints, and it has a really lovely shine to it. Really works. And a bit of Langlois gel pens again in some of the little fine details. I think I did do it around some of these bits that are a little bit smaller. I did paint out some of the annoying things, so I have just painted over the playing card that's there, but I thought I'll live with the crystal ball. But I did enjoy this page. It took quite a while, but it was really fun to do. Yeah, I did enjoy it, and that's the page that I did in Mythamorphia. And I kind of look at it and think, yeah, I can see myself doing that one again, so I'm quite happy I've got another copy of it. I'd like to do this one again, but I'm not getting a second copy of this book. Just to do that would be ridiculous, because there's plenty more in this book it's doing. So Mythamorphia by Kirby Rosanes. Very nice book. I'm afraid I prefer his older stuff to his current. I haven't got the Fairy Tales one, and I don't think I'm going to, really, sadly. Don't think it's, sorry, terrible glare. I don't think it's for me. This one, again, first page this month in this, The Weird and Wonderful Colouring Book by Emma at Storm's Eye Design. You can only get them from her website, and I think she does them on Etsy in the UK as well. Again, there's flips of this on my channel. The links will be in that video, and I thought I'd do this one this month because she just looks so silky and she needed doing, didn't she? Again, I really enjoyed working on it. It's really lovely page to work on. She's just got so much character. It was really stunning drawing, and so it was quite nice putting her a little bit of background in for her to work on. So this page had the frame on, and it had the objects on the frame and obviously the leaves on the frame, but I have drawn in a little bit of tree trunks on the back and the horizon line and the back as well, so that it just made it feel like she was sat somewhere. And because she's a frog, I put her in the forest. Yeah, I could have put her in a pond, I suppose, but as there were leaves, I kind of went with that, really. I think I did do a bit of base of, just a little bit of base of a hoo-hoo. You can kind of see what I've done. Just to put a base of greens down, really light one at the back, and then slightly darker one at the front, just to give me a bit of a base colour. So this kind of is untouched, so it was really super light colour. And then I've worked over with luminance. Again, I really like the feel of luminance on this paper. Just seems to work. And because they're kind of foresty vibe, I quite like the little bit of texture that the luminance create on the paper. I kind of think it works with these images. So a little bit of Holbein's. I think when it came to doing the green down here, I just wanted a slightly different shade from the greens that I'd used on the skin, so I did pinch a couple of greens out of my Holbein's as well, but other than that, it was all luminance. Langlois gel pens. Emma's line work is beautifully thin. I don't take a huge amount of her line work out, actually. Haven't taken all the line work out of the face because I kind of feel it needs it. I've just taken a little bit out of the legs just to lift them out of the background a little bit, and I think I did just edge the jumper as well. But I think that was pretty much it in terms of line work. I've not really touched much of it. Oh, and I did just use a little bit of the Langlois gel pens just in her eyeshadow, which will be tricky to catch because it's such a small little section. But she's got a glittery eyeshadow on her. because she looks like the type of person that would need a bit of glitter on their eyeshadow. I think that would be quite important. But yeah, I totally love working in these books. The paper is beautiful. The images, there's enough there that keeps you interested, but they've got a nice amount of space around them, so you can kind of be a little bit creative with it as well. Really loved it. It was a really fun page to do. And this was the other one that I was very nearly doing, because look how cute. She's so cute. And I love doing a bit of flower work anyway. So that one's high on my list of possibles sometime this year, but I had to do this one first. Emma's Lovely Frog. And again, I'm going to leave my little marker in so I can photograph it tomorrow when we've got a bit of daylight left. With a Wonderful Colouring Book by Stormside Design. Sorry, glare. And then finally, my last one of the month in Fairy Tales and Folklore. I can't remember whether I even had this in my colouring plans, but I do love this book, so I had to do one. I might have had it in actually, now I'm thinking about it. And I did this one in the end. I was supposed to be doing something Eastery, but then I've not. I've done Peoply instead. As you can see, I've been using a bit more metallic. I've used quite a lot of metallics this month. Clearly I was in a bit of a glittery mood this month. Don't know why, but I did really enjoy it. I left the background white. I kind of wanted them to be the focus. I hummed and hawed about doing something really dark against this, you know, really dark navy or something like that. I'm still not totally sure that I might not do it, but for now I've left them as they are. I get skin is luminance. Everything else on here is my Holbeins. I do like my Holbeins for flowers and leaves. There's something about the colour combinations in them just appeal to me. I like the freshness of the colours that they have. The background, that gold, is one of the gold paints that I've made myself. And then, as you can see, maybe on the leaves, a little bit of Langu gel pens just to finish off some of the shapes and take out the odd bit of line, like on the edge of the skin and things like that. And there's quite a lot of kind of pattern work in here. But again, I've taken some of the black work out, not all of it. But again, a page I have really enjoyed working on this month. Just fun. I've really loved working on all of these this month, really. They're very different pages, but pages that I've really enjoyed the process of going through. I have done a bit more this month, but I have had 2 weeks off from work, so it does make life a little bit easier to get some done. And Easter's quite a nice holiday in that you've not got kind of big things to plan for and things to do and people to go see, and it's kind of a much more relaxed, chilled out break. So I do tend to get a little bit more colouring done over the month. Favourite this month? Oh, I think I might say my crafting frog. He's so grumpy, how could you? But yeah, I love this one. I love that one. I quite like my chicks, and Hannah calls him. Yeah, it's been a fun month. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing it as well. Let me know which one you prefer out of all of them. If you've any ideas of which pencils you'd prefer me to use in my Rita Berman colour along, that would also be interesting. I'm just trying to hide the glare now, sorry, because I know it's annoying. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing it. I hope you're loving your colouring this month, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.